Imagine you want to buy a Pokemon plush item as a gift for somebody. What are you going to do? What are you going to search for? Are you going to search for the name of a shop, or are you going to search for Pokemon or Pokemon plush? I'm going to search for Pokemon plush. Or imagine you want to buy a Disney item for somebody. Are you going to search for Minnie Mouse or Disney products or Disney toys, or are you going to search for the name of the store? My name's Mark Fletcher. I'm the owner of Tower Systems. I want to talk with you a little bit about what that search is like and what people are actually looking for. But I want to do it by showing you some examples. So let me just jump in over here. And I'm using a tool here called SEMrush, which I pay to get access to. SEMrush is a really good Google data analytics tool that looks at what people are searching for. Here we're looking at the Australian database, and I'm recording this today on August 25. We're looking at the keyword of Toy World. And I chose Toy World because Toy World's a retail brand, a really well-known retail brand in Australia. So there are in Australia, on average, each month, 5,400 different keywords or keyword variations with a total volume of 222,000 searches that are Toy World related. And there are 121 different questions. And so we can see here the kind of keywords that are being used for people who search for toys. So it's a SEMrush says it's a moderately easy keyword to target. But my question is, are people looking for Toy World? And some are, of course. Or what if people are looking to buy toys? So we go and have a look at the SEMrush data for toys. And that's a very different situation. Keyword is much more difficult. There are 161,000 keyword variations with a total of 7.8 million searches every month in Australia. And that's the difference. You look at the Toy World search results versus toys. Or let's go a little more specifically and say Pokemon. So Pokemon in Australia, 1 million variations, 8.3 million searches, and you've got all these questions that are being asked by people. It shows that people are looking for an outcome online that possibly isn't shingle related. And that's the point that I want to make to retailers, because retailers, when they create websites on the back of a physical shop, they think that they need to do online exactly what they're doing in the store. Because in the store, you've got the shingle at the front of the store, and that's what attracts people, or a certain number of people, besides window displays and things like that. That's what attracts people into the shop. Now, that's interesting in a physical world. Online, it's completely different. Let's look at a different example. So there's a retail group in Australia called Just for Pets. They're a pet shop. How many searches are there? So the keyword is pretty easy to use. There are 211 different keyword variations and a total volume of 930 is the variation number there. Now let's look at that a little more detailed. So if we look at Just for Pets, now let's look at pet food. There are 18,000 different keyword variations for a total volume of 150,000 searches per month in Australia. Let's look at dog food. Because I have a dog, I want to look for dog food. And wow, it's a different number again, 116,000 variations, 965,000 searches. Now, what's interesting is already we're seeing people are looking for particular brands. Again, shoppers are outcome focused. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of retailers make when they're building their websites. They don't think that the shopper is looking for the purchase rather than the shingle. Let's look at another example. Newspower is a well-known brand of news agencies in Australia. There are 442 different keywords in their variation mix, a total of 1,900 searches per month. Newspower itself has got a volume of 720 searches per month. The data is so small for Newspower, they're not even able to tell us about questions. And people are looking at very specific Newspower businesses to be able to find them. So, how much searching is being done for Newspower? SEMrush tells us not a lot. But let's look at this a little differently. Newspower news agencies sell birthday cards. So let's have a look at birthday card searches. 58,200 keyword variations for a total of almost 500,000 searches every month in Australia on birthday cards. Let's look a little more niche and look at sympathy cards. Pretty solid number, 3,900 keyword variations for 39,400 searches. My point is this, people aren't searching for News Power as a brand or Toy World as a brand or Just for Pets as a brand. Well, they are, but they're not searching in big numbers. What they're searching for is an outcome. Birthday cards, sympathy cards, Minnie Mouse plush, Pokemon plush. They're looking for particular products. And I think that's the point that I want to make. When you're building a website, it's very, very important that you're focused on helping people find the brands that they're looking for and helping people understand what gets them to engage with that brand. When we did work here at Tower for the News Express group, we did a lot of work around our first website, which was connecting a whole bunch of stores, was the Beanie Boo website. BeanieBoosAustralia.com. Now, this is a website that connects multiple stores. And, overall, we're in a pretty good situation with traffic. We're looking through the month of August, we're tracking pretty regularly, 30, 31,000. The thing that's interesting here is if you actually look at the keywords that are bringing people to the website, it's a broad mix. It's Beanie Boos, it's Beanie Boos Australia, Beanie Boo, Thai Beanie Boos. And then you start looking for a fox or a Christmas Beanie Boo or a sloth Beanie Boo or a rainbow Beanie Boo. All of these keywords, and if you look down here, see the middle column here where it says position, that's the position in terms of the Google ranking. And this site is ranked number 1 for all of these keywords. Then we get down to a number 2. We've gone from 9 to 12. Then we go to 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. These are all outcome focused searches. And so the strategy for creating this website was, my thinking was, okay, News Express stores, which I happen to own News Express. We've got about 180, 200 stores in the group, but I'm not really here to pitch that. But News Express stores sell Beanie Boos, and they sell them in their stores. I wanted to create a website knowing that people weren't thinking, oh, I need to get a Beanie Boo, therefore I will search for a News Express store. They're not going to do that. People who want a Beanie Boo are going to search for a Beanie Boo. So they type in Beanie Boo to Google. As we saw there with the SEMrush results, that's what's happening. That site's getting over $500,000 worth of business a year just on Beanie Boos. And it's spreading that right across a whole bunch of retail stores. And the site was based on or built on the fact that people online are outcome focused. When they're on their keyboard typing things in, they're searching for an outcome. And that's the beauty of online versus physical, because online I can see what they're searching for. I can craft the site and fine tune the site to serve the needs of what they're searching for. In a physical store, the only way you know what a shopper's looking for is if you talk to them, or if they're a regular customer and you know what they're coming in to buy regularly. Now, that's a one-on-one situation. With online, because we're dealing very wide, we're going right across the country, the data become really useful and important to analyze. So I want to go back to kind of where I started, and that is that a lot of retailers focus on brand. We want our brand to be recognized. We want our brand to be found. And while I understand that, I understand the emotional connection to a brand in a store, the reality is what shoppers are looking for is not the shingle. It's not News Power. It's not Just for Pets. It's not Toy World. It is to a certain extent, but it's not in terms of the majority of cases. In the majority of cases, that shopper online is looking for an outcome. And once they've found the product, yes, they'll price check. Yes, they'll check what the freight cost is going to be, speed of delivery, those sorts of things. But they're sort of incidental. The starting point is, I want the outcome. I want dog food. I want cat food, or I want this particular brand of cat food. And so when you're building a website, you've got to build it on the basis of what is the shopper looking for. And as difficult as it is, if I put my small business retailer hat on, it guts me that people aren't looking for my shop. But the reality is they're not. People are looking for an outcome. and they want that outcome to be certain. They want to feel that they can trust the business. And that outcome oftentimes is brand driven. You know, one of the most successful brands in Australia right now, mid 2022, is Harry Potter. You know, if you've got Harry Potter product, then you're going to be able to drive traffic to your website. And you do that by making sure that when you describe the product, you describe it as Harry Potter product and describe it properly. You have really good images of the product. You pitch it on social media, but you make sure you write about Harry Potter product on blog posts and things like that. Because anything that you do that's Harry Potter related is going to help drive traffic to your website. And that's online versus in store. Online really is about the shopper being driven by their outcome. So if you're building a website for your business, by all means, you know, represent your brand, represent your shingle, but know that that takes a back seat to the products, the outcomes that customers are looking for. Because what they're typing into Google, what SEMrush is able to tell us they're typing into Google, is really what matters the most. And so if I just go back for a moment to the News Express strategy, you know, we created the Benny Boo website, we've created a Jigsaw website, we've created a Pop Vinyls website, we've created a coin website, we've created a Christmas ornaments website. All these multiple websites are focused on the outcomes shoppers are seeking. And each one of those is kind of like a silo, a vertical portal that's specialty in nature. So if someone's looking for a Hallmark keepsake ornament, then they're going to shop on that website. If someone's looking for, you know, a beautifully packaged mint coin set from the Royal Australian Mint, they're going to shop on the Mint Coin website. There is some cross-pollination between the websites, but not much. I think online gives us the opportunity to not only focus on the shopper outcome, but also to focus on specialization within the broad range of what we might sell within our businesses. So just to recap, by all means, pitch your business name on your website and build a profile around that, because that's where trust plays. The reality is, know that shoppers who are searching online are searching for an outcome. They're looking for the product. Where I started, they're looking for, you know, Pokemon related product, Pokemon plush, or they're looking for the Disney product. That's what they're looking for. And that's what they're going to search for, you know, and that's the difference between successful websites and non-successful websites. I see some small businesses that create websites that are all about their brand, because that's the brand that the local business owner has created and loves. And there's a lot of pride associated with that, and I understand that. The thing is, if you want the website to be commercially successful, it's got to be about the shopper and what the shopper's looking for. And that's why I say focus on what they're searching for, because what they're searching for matters. I hope that the video is helpful. If Tower can help you create a Shopify website or with point of sale software, check us out and have a great rest of the day.